Welcome back to the TimConLAN 9 Diabotical 1v1 tourney. This time we are viewing Vigur versus LOLME in the round 7 of Group 1. And according to my schedule, this was going to be the last game, but we still have one game that got delayed all the way from round 4. And that was Fears and Lupin's game. That will be in round 2. But first we're going to view Vigur's and LOLME's matchup. And until the players are ready, we can start. First will be Skybreak. We'll say visually this map has changed a little bit, but otherwise I think the layout's been the same since my last time. The entire roster, we have Skybreak, Axiom, and the last map, it's Pavilion X.
Game starts in 3.
Right, here we go.
1. Fight.
So we start our game on a Skybreak from LOLME's view. So on yellow armor and Mega. Much of a weaponry to start with. Now he's got the shaft, rocket launcher. Right from above comes Vigur, however. Ooh, what an ambush. Slightly sneaky move. 6 seconds until red. It could be that Vigur might try to control yellow Mega instead. Nope, yellow is still very much there. That is LOLME's. Try to secure Mega as well. Here comes Vigur. Up the lift. Goes for the Mega pickup. Falls back with some excellent damage on LOLME as well. Picks up the health pickups. Red is also up. That will be Vigur's pickup. LOLME gets the yellow. Nice second rail in a row on Vigur. That will mitigate his stack a little bit. Barely misses Vigur on the pillar there. Would have probably even hit a rail there. Smoke screen. Wee ball goes in. Trying to secure a route to the red armor, which he does secure. Vigur misses the first, hits the second rail. Yellow armor is up. LOLME's trying to look for a jump by Vigur on the Mega, but it isn't up for a while. Vigur goes for the yellow, and that is a very tricky situation for LOLME. Being stuck on that jump pad. That's going to be a first frag for Vigur. Red is up. 3 seconds to Mega. And that will surely be LOLME, who's got no armor so far. 5 seconds until yellow, however. I think Vigur might know the timing for that. There goes LOLME railing. Vigur sneaking around the corner there. LOLME has already some stacks. So does Vigur. That shaft by Vigur is amazingly accurate. And he gets the second frag, but goes extremely low himself. LOLME's shaft was a little bit less accurate, but still deadly enough. So to put him on a low stack. 76 HP, 11 armor. He's got a yellow armor here. Mega in 3 seconds. Smoke screen V-ball just to cover a way for him. There you go, LOLME. Ooh, still could see the Mega. Doesn't see Vigur, however, going through the smoke there. I don't know where LOLME even went. Vigur suspected he might have come back. There you go. Vigur gets some small health pickups. Yellow's back. Ooh. I think they were both trying to open that door and then switch to the rail. I think they both got a hit. Blue's up. Ooh, nice indeed. That was a third rail in a row by Vigur. LOLME has to fall back to red. Vigur falling back for yellow. He's got quite the stack right now, especially with that Mega. 4 rails in a row. Let me try to maneuver over. So to get some slight damage on Vigur while trying to pick up that red. Still gets only minor scratches. Ooh, until he LOLME gets that rocket. Slow field Weeball will slightly cripple him, and Vigur, surely enough, is fragged inside. LOLME gets the Mega, gets another rail on Vigur's spawn. Yellow is up. Vigur at a very low HP. LOLME doesn't even know he went to yellow at all. He tries to look for him. He's like, oh, he's not even behind that pillar anymore. Okay, I guess I missed him. Yellow will be Vigur's. LOLME. Secure a way to Mega. Not going to spawn for the next 7 seconds. Which for an arena FPS can be a long time. Anything can happen inside 7 seconds. But LOLME eventually gets... Notices Vigur is not around. Gets the Mega. Gets the yellow. A pretty promising stack. Vigur now. Very much slightly lower health, but could still make some kind of a push against LOLME if he could do that. Very sneakily 4 rails in a row by LOLME. That's 90 damage on Vigur. That is going to mitigate a lot of his stack. Through the smoke comes to the 5th rail in a row. And LOLME falls back to the red. Like his stack never even went anywhere. Ooh. Vigur, however, doesn't have that much damage on LOLME. A lot of damage will come to his way. Now this time, now he's trying to pick up the red, but Vigur will still go down. Was that... I think that was the 6th rail in a row. Oh, and that directed rocket will do a number on Vigur. This is the rail. It's on a very low HP. LOLME on the red, picks it up. Vigur tries to do some offensive grenades there. None of them hit. Rail is going to hit on Vigur instead. Slight rocket damage maybe hit on LOLME, but that's about it. Not good on stack, especially against 75 damage from a 2nd rail in a row by LOLME. That will secure a 3rd frag. Red is up. And there's Vigur noticing that it's up and that LOLME is about to pick it up. 3rd rail in a row, 4th will miss. There's some shaft. Yellow, ooh, that grenade nearly hit. Yellow about to be spawning, and that is going to be Vigur's. Yellow. 5 seconds until red. Blue. Right there where LOLME wanted when he needs to fall back to it. Yep. He was barely over 150 armor when it was confronting Vigur, but he barely went lower thanks to the damage. Misses the pincer. Hits the 2nd one. And that puts Vigur in very low HP. He has to fall back on yellow, but that is not going to be enough. He has to also get the Mega or some health. That's Mega picked up by Vigur. Ooh, but a lot of rail damage on LOLME's side. Oh, and that, yeah, that red is not going to be safe for LOLME at all. Vigur will take it. That will be his tying frag, 3-3. Make that a leading frag, 4-3 now. On LOLME's spawn. Could it be 5th? It is 5th. Vigur. At the state that he was on the last time he was trying to pick up yellow. And he was trying to go for Mega. Holy hell did he turn things around. Oh. 4 rails in a row. Vigur rocket jumps away from the red after picking it up. Here we go. Mega is his. 3 seconds until yellow, and LOLME surely enough picks it up. Vigur suspects he would be coming from either way. There's no other. There's 3 ways he could be coming from. And all of them security. I got a rail hit on LOLME if it decides to fall back on red. This needs to have control over the map as well himself. That is a lot of damage on Vigur's side. Through the smoke, through the slow field Weeball. But also a lot of damage on LOLME. Decides to go for a risky rocket jump. Or a risky lift jump, rather. On the other side, opposing side of the Mega, and gets fragged midair by the shaft of Vigur. 6-3. Here comes LOLME, tries to challenge Vigur on the red. Gets very slight damage, but ultimately it's his stack he needs to be worrying about. Only has slight armor to back himself up with. And only 3 seconds to yellow. Vigur though goes very low. Actually will fall back and see this Mega over to LOLME. Will fall himself back to the red. Very sneaky movement now by Vigur. All they just need to look for is each other. They've got pretty good stack to back up each other with. Especially LOLME with that Mega and the pretty mediocre armor stack he's got. Still that helpful Mega number. Now he's trying to go for the red push. Vigur catching the least damage. LOLME does hit a rail, however. That will mitigate slightly a bit of a stack, but he is very low on his own stack. I think LOLME eventually did get the red, but that was ultimately revoked by the rail damage that Vigur did. Vigur does a backdash. Slightly just to see where LOLME is. I think he's trying to just bluff LOLME a little bit with a bit of fake movement. Finally goes for the red. And LOLME picking up the yellow at the very same time. It's incredible to see how well in sync some Arena FPS players' movements are on opposing sides of the map. But here they go. Confronting each other. LOLME going on a very low health after those rockets and shaft by Vigur. Tries to go for red. Apprehended from Vigur. Vigur gets it. It's golden frag for Vigur. And LOLME has a little bit to climb up, especially if he wants to take this control back. Mega is up. Lift jump by Vigur. Door open just for LOLME to see where he was at. Grenades are coming right over. Hit the higher ground, but not LOLME at all. The 3 seconds to yellow, and he gets it. Wow. That bit of damage that Vigur did all the time put LOLME on a constantly, I would say, uncomfortable position. He was only relying on a yellow, sometimes barely a Mega, when Vigur couldn't take control over it. But that was an excellent game by Vigur. It's a slight tie at the beginning, but through excellent control of the red, at least, Vigur managed to get that. And now we are on Axiom. Until both players are ready, we can start Axiom. Bit of a warm-up here. This was the more open map that I talked about. This, if you get good control over Mega and red, then your opponent only has to rely on blue armors, and those are not too close apart, or close next to each other rather. They are a bit far from each other. Taking back that control with minor pickups is going to be a bit challenging if you don't have it. LOLME is asking Vigur if we're good to go. So Vigur has the score on a Skybreak. Now LOLME needs to have pretty good control and not give it up at any time. If he does, then, like I said, with those only blues remaining, it's going to be hard. But we're going to watch on LOLME's view. Starts on the first blue. Gets the red armor and the shaft. Vigur around the corner. Here's where LOLME is moving around. Gets a rocket splash on him. And yeah, this map has the Void Cannon, which with which you can use the projectile and then the hit scan combined to create excessive blast damage around corners. It will take a bit of time though. That's only considered a long-range weapon when there's not a real fight going on. Very good rails by Vigur there. Puts LOLME into a position where he needs to fall back to a blow. Picks up the second blow. It's nearly... Oh, doesn't even see Vigur on the edge of the screen. Very nearly going to pick red, but tries to go against Vigur here. First doesn't even reach red, and that will be LOLME's frag. Excellent. The confrontation there. There goes Mega as well. Vigur is not happy about that. Stolen right in front of his eyes. And now he's desperate for some armor. Oh, that Void Cannon blast. Will surely take him down. And LOLME once again has control over red. More Void Cannon blasts. Hit nowhere. Oh, there we go. Vigur finally found out where he was. The radius of that blast is quite big, so you don't want to be next to it. Even if you take a bit of damage, the opponent will surely know where you are. And that is vital enough information. LOLME going with a bit of a passive move here, tries to anticipate his opponent over there in the teleport exit. Doesn't see it. Vigur instead goes for the red without LOLME knowing it. Void Cannon blast is 77 damage, and Vigur still goes down. Second rail in a row on spawn hit on Vigur. By LOLME here. Void Cannon blast will hit nothing. Vigur comes in with the offense on the red once again and gets LOLME down with very low HP remaining. 1 second to red, it's up. Now Vigur, all he needs is just some health. Gets the pincer. Gets the pincer hit as well. Very nice shot. Just will catch some damage to the process from LOLME as well. Takes Mega. Heavy, sorry, red is already up. Vigur going immediately for it. 3-1 for LOLME. Vigur has a bit of a climb here, but LOLME's stag is not good. Void Cannon shot doesn't go anywhere. Rocket hits a little bit on Vigur. LOLME a bit desperate here. Vigur misses the rail. I think it just went past the first blue there. It would have been some armor. But Vigur decides to go for red. It's his first party. He knew when the timer was. Goes in for Mega. Vigur now at a very promising stag. All he needs to do is just really push down LOLME here. But LOLME keeps pushing him back with the shaft. Some really good damage. Second rail and roll hit on LOLME. The third one will miss. But the next one will hit, but that's not enough damage. And Vigur will go down. If that would have been his third rail in a row hitting, LOLME would have actually been eliminated. LOLME now has control over Mega. 5 seconds until red. Vigur. On the higher ground, steals it right in front of his eyes, but gets melted by that shaft, but still gets LOLME. Some amazing rocket damage and goes down to around 60 stack himself. It needs to get some second rail in a row again. Rockets will not hit. Neither does the void damage, but LOLME still goes down just before red was up. LOLME though gets Mega. Vigur has the armor advantage. LOLME, the only thing he has is just health. And there goes the third rail, mid-air. And the frags have suddenly been tied. Vigur, a splash from below. There's red Sees LOLME fall back. This is the rail. It's a Weeble now, tries to see control over the Mega. Probably just missed Vigur. Oh, sorry, LOLME picking it up. Now it picks up the red. Now LOLME truly has the stack to push into, and that Void Cannon Blast will surely just make Vigur fall back. I don't want to take any more damage from those blasts. Seven. Ooh, I was gonna say now 3 more seconds until Mega, and now red also. I think LOLME is trying to fall back to it. No, LOLME is right behind Vigur. Vigur gets the armor, but LOLME has quite a bit of damage. Vigur tries to escape with the Implosion Weeball. Armor shards, protecting him very slightly. LOLME doesn't have any armor left to protect him. It's some slight health pickups. This is Vigur's frag, and LOLME self-terminates even. With his own rocket to the wall. Accidentally. Ooh, 3 rails in a row, and that is Vigur leading the game right now. 5-3. Void Cannon Blast will slightly miss. 77 on LOLME. That is a push with the shaft, and LOLME will go down. 6-3 for Vigur. Mega is up. That's Vigur's. Vigur now has the perfect stack to push even more frags. Eventually get the golden frag even sooner. 108 damage. With a Void Cannon Blast, and then he finishes it off with just a single hit scan. 7-3. Still controls red well. 5 seconds until Mega. Vigur knows LOLME is constantly on the higher ground, just trying to look for some excellent rockets. The other damage to push Vigur into. 2 seconds until red. Well, now Vigur, I think he really might have to give that up. That is a lot of damage by LOLME. LOLME is really desperate to try to get that, and that rail before he could even catch the blow will get LOLME one. In fact, the frag that he lost, well, he accidentally suicided. Two seconds until Mega. It's up. Red. Now it's LOLME's turn to do a big push here to tie up the frags. Vigur keeps pushing him with some very good rocket damage. I think it's only instinctively that, like, most arena FPS players just really fall back even just after slight rocket splash. But like, if you have that stack like LOLME has right here, like 350 stacks, I don't think you need to be afraid of rocket splash that much. Rocket direct is another thing, and that is its own risks. But LOLME, I think, should be a bit more confident in pushing right here. 3 more seconds to red. LOLME has the position. He's got it. That's a fight over Mega, perhaps 3 seconds. Is that a 3rd or 4th round? I didn't see if it was 80 or 85. Misses the 4th or 5th. Lobo will secure the Mega. Implosion Weeball pushes Vigur a bit further up the stairs. The Void Blasts do a number of damage to LOLME, but Vigur also needs to fall back, even lower health. Oh, 70 damage from the pincer. Vigur misses his own rail. LOLME gets Mega. Vigor's only relying on smaller health pickups and a couple of blows. This is what I was talking about earlier. If you lose this control between Mega and Red, you are going to be in a bit of trouble. But if you catch enough blue armors, which are still a bit far apart from each other, you will have to be very careful. Just have to. I think you have no other choice but to just do damage to the opponent and apprehend them from a major pickup, if it's at all possible. And Vigur was doing that exactly right there, and he still keeps doing it with the Void Cannon, but he's missing it on the red side. LOLME has the ultimate stack here, but Vigur has the golden frag. If he can manage to do enough damage and eventually get a frag, that's going to be his game. And in fact, that's going to be his matchup as well, because Vigur already has 1 map score behind. LOLME has 0. Nice rail, but the shaft on Vigur and the damage from the rockets. Both players fall back. LOLME still gets the Mega. Void Blast will miss. Still goes for the rail instead. LOLME only at 110 stack. Vigur catches a rail. First to fall back. LOLME still trying to spot him over around the corner. Doesn't spot him. Just sneaking around the corner. It's that second rail in a row. Third rail in a row. Vigor's armor goes down. 75 stack on LOLME as well. Could survive 1 rail if Vigur hasn't hit more than 2. Or rather more than 1 rails in a row. There we go. He's got enough stack though. Some damage. Vigur indeed has, I think, already control over heavy as well. LOLME will go down right after Vigur heard that robot crying sound for low health. That was definitely his game, finally. Some impressive pressure by LOLME on Vigur, but Vigur still kept it still. LOLME couldn't even get a frag. There was very close matchups, but wow. And indeed, this best of 3 is won by Vigur. We'll have another quick break before our seemingly last game. We will be casting a delayed game from all the way from round 4 between Fears and Lupin. So see you in a few minutes, and we'll be starting that game.